All right, what's up guys? Vivi back with another video. And in today's video, guys, we got a pretty chill video lined up. We're going to be checking out a game from the East that was recorded about 10 days ago. It was streamed 10 days ago. And it's going to be a game from the East, like I said, featuring Red Purple Law versus Lucci. And it's, of course, it's in the OP-08 format. So I'm going to be commentating over a game today. That's going to be the major part of this video. Other than that, it's going to be pretty chill. It's probably going to be a little bit shorter of a video than I've been putting out lately. But real quick, let me give you a quick layout because we are going to do a little more than just this game. First up, we're going to check out a game, or excuse me, not a game. We're going to be checking out an announcement for Bandai Card Fest. That's the first thing we're going to do. Then we'll check out this game. And then we will check out 2 games on the sim of me playing Blue Yellow Ace. Okay? And when we get there, I'll also, we'll end off the video with talking about the deck list that I'm using, because I'm using 2 different lists for Ace. One is just one that I made up, and the other one I got from 8tcg.com. Okay, so big shout out to our guys over there in Brazil. They're always coming out with these incredible deck lists, super spicy stuff there. And I've been getting a lot of love from Brazil. So some cool stuff on the horizon there. I'll keep you guys updated as I get more information on it. So we'll check that out towards the end of the video. Okay, so you know what we're getting into, guys. Let's dive straight into it. We got a lot to talk about, or actually not as much as usual, but we got a lot to go through. Okay, so first up is the Bandai Card Fest for 2024, which will extend into 2025. Right? It's the World Tour. So let me show you guys real quick. This is on the the Bandai website. I will link this in the comment section below so you can hop straight to this and go from there. Okay, so there's going to be all kinds of information, 12 different regions. Bandai card game titles are gathered at this large event being held in 12 different regions of the world. So you click on this link here. Let's go ahead and check it out. Give it a second to load, guys. Sorry about that. There we go. Very cool. They have it very interactive. Notice on the right side here you can scroll it down and stuff like that. The left side does not scroll. I'm scrolling and it's just exclusively doing the right. But this is more like a flyer in the middle, and then it's got some information on the left, and then on the right it's showing the locations. Let's check that out real quick. So Bandai card game titles are gathered. We just read that, 12 different regions. Yeah, we hope people from around the world will join us and have fun. Absolutely. Ticket sales for Dallas will begin on this time. And again, you guys go to the website for all the information. Notice all the different card games that are going to be featured. 6 different card games, really just 5, but it's like Battle Spirits Saga and Battle Spirits are a little bit different, right? Then Union Arena, Dragon Ball Super, One Piece, and Digimon. They always have a lot of stuff going on there. Let me look at one more thing. I do want to click on location. Oh, here it is. So notice this, guys. There's a little side scroller bar at the bottom. Do y'all see this right where I'm clicking on the mouse where I'm making a circle show up on the right? And you can scroll through these. So July 13th is Dallas. And it's got the date under each one of them. So I don't know when the ticket sales will be for the rest of these events, but Dallas's tickets will go on sale July 13th. But then in October, they're going to have a Manila event, and then Jakarta in November, and then Bangkok, Singapore. You guys can see the dates down here. Guangzhou, I'm not trying to say that, Hong Kong, Taipei, Utrecht, Kuala Lumpur. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names, guys. I do apologize. Then Orlando, January 2025. I'll keep you guys updated on that. I might try to make it out to this event. We'll see. I mean, that's if I can even get a ticket, right? But we'll see. Orlando's very close to me, so we'll see about that. And then Japan for the finals in March 2025. So really cool information there. I will talk more about this event as more information comes up, because I have mentioned this before, and this is just being a little bit critical. Please don't take this as complaining. I'm just trying to be a little bit critical. I'm not a huge fan of these events, the way that they do 6 different games in one. I understand why they do it. I understand the logistics of it and why they have to do it this way. I totally get it. But I'm not a huge fan of that because, guys, the only other game I'm even slightly interested in on this entire 6 game stretch, of course, One Piece, and then Digimon. Those are the only 2 games that I even have. Like, that's the only game I have in my peripherals outside of One Piece is Digimon. I never cared for Dragon Ball Super, never cared for the Battle Spirit stuff, and Union Arena I have absolutely no desire to get into. So, that is one of my little pet peeves, but I'll talk more about that as we get into it. Okay, that's enough of that. And like I said, I will link this in the comment section below for y'all to check it out if you want to know more information on it and explore the website and things like that. Also, I always timestamp everything in the about, or the general description of the video so you guys can jump to wherever you want to. All right, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and hop into the game. So I've got the volume off. I've got the playback speed at 2x. And here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and dive straight into this. We've got Red Purple Law versus Lucci. And this is kind of a matchup you should get used to seeing in OP-07, guys. I understand this is OP-08. Let me pause. This is OP-08 that we're watching, but this will be a pretty common matchup in OP-07 as well, I believe. And then Black Yellow Luffy mixed in there as well. Okay, so here we go. It looks like Lucci's going to go first, and then we got Red Purple Law going second. If I had to pick, and I'm Lucci, I would have preferred to go second. So I wonder if Red Purple Law won the dice roll, or I don't know. It's hard to say, because one thing we're gonna have to see real quick, guys. Let's back up a little bit. I want to show you their hands before we get started. Notice what is in the black, the Lucci's hands, right? You have Spandam, the stage, Annie's lobby, 2 Luccis. Those are 2 Luccis, and then a Khalifa in the middle of them, 2K counter. Okay, and then in the Red Purple Law's hands, look at this. Red Purple Law has Black Maria, Sanji, the 2K counter from OP-07, Kid and Killer, Queen, and Otama, a 2K counter. So ideally, you want to go second as, I feel like you'd want to go second as Lucci, but at the same time, he does have Spandam. He can play right on turn 1. So we'll have to see what happens here. Okay, sorry guys. Now we're off to the races. He goes, the Lucci player plays out the Spandam just like we thought. Red Purple Law, draw a card, 2 Dawn, pass. Lucci, 3 Dawn turn. Here we go. Now, let's see. We have a very pivotal turn coming up here where it's like, do you want to swing for 5 with the Spandam, or do you want to develop your, what's it called, your Innie's Lobby? Sorry, guys. Goodness gracious. And I'm going to say right now, I've not seen this game. But if I'm the Rob Lucci player, I think I actually want to play my Innie's Lobby, and I want to use my my Tempest kick, because he drew a Tempest kick for the turn. I'm actually, or maybe he drew it from the Spandam, sorry, I don't remember. But I would actually want to do that this turn, where my 3 Dawn is just put down my stage, establish that, and then play out my Tempest kick to draw a card and start getting through cards in my deck and things like that. Okay, so he swings for 5, and he's going to do exactly that. I completely agree with, okay, but he doesn't draw the card. Okay, so he's trying to sit on that, excuse me, that Tempest kick, and I don't quite understand that. Like I said, guys, I have not seen this game. But here's my logic. Excuse me. Number 1, why not just swing for 6? If that was the case, why not just swing for 6? But my other logic is this. I want to get through my deck as fast as possible. And remember, guys, for those who are unaware, Tempest Kick is a 1-cost CP card that draws a card. But then, if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, you can also do the -3. Well, Red Purple Law doesn't have anything that you need to hit with that. And obviously, he's trying to set up for a big Rob Lucci turn where you can pop 2 targets at once. But that's also a little bit greedy, in my opinion. Because remember, guys, Innie's Lobby and the leader on the board, he's doing -3 right there. -3. So, okay, let's see what happens here. And I want to see what happens when he draws a card for the turn, because remember, that's what we would know. Okay, and the Red Purple, he's checking cards in the trash. He has, what is that, 2 Jacks, a Gecko Moria, a Stage, and Sabo in the Lucci player's trash. Now, look at this, guys. Check this out. The Red Purple Law's hand is completely full right now, and this is where it would be nice to have something like, this is where I think Gecko Moria is so strong, because you can start making them trash cards, like, involuntarily. Okay, he's going to take that hit for 5. That's also not exactly, I don't know, it's not the worst thing in the world, since he can't be punished this turn with a 4-cost blocker Law, but I would prefer not taking a hit early against Law. Even if you have to 2K counter out of a 1K, I would try to keep my life pretty high here, but he was down to 4 cards. I do understand that. He is going to, all right, so Red Purple Law is going to play out Kid and Killer. Yeah, you give him a 2K counter here, absolutely. Very good. Yeah, give him the counter there, and now it's probably going to be return 3. And then he's probably going to cheat out a Black Maria, maybe, bottom decking the Spandam. Oh, he had a Shashin Penguin. Sorry, guys. I did not see the Shashin Penguin. Very good stuff. Excuse me. Very good stuff there. He's going to swing for 6 into what's his name there? Okay. So, again, what did he draw? He drew a Spandam for the turn, I believe it is, over there. And this is where I wish he could have gone through cards faster, because he can only pop 1 card anyway with this Rob Lucci. And now, in order to use the Rob Lucci, he's putting 3 cards from his trash into the bottom of his deck. And that's where I think playing out the Tempest Kick would have been a little higher value in this game. I'm not trying to overly criticize the player. I bet this guy's played Lucci a lot more times than me, and I respect that, but I'm just saying what I would have done and the logic behind what I would have done. So return 3 cards, Stage, Gecko, and Jack. He's going to want to keep 1 Jack in his trash so he can get it back with Rebecca, potentially. Now he has 5 cards in trash. Let's see what he does here. Okay, it gets KO'd, of course. And oh, then of course he passed the turn back, and now it's the Law's turn, and it looks like they got another Black Widow, or excuse me, Black Maria. I do that every time. Got another Black Maria for the turn. Okay, what do we have here? So swing for 5. Okay, and this hurts, but I think you give him a Spandam here. Oof, I would have gave him a Spandam. Okay, but that's okay. Now he can give it to him now if he wants to. But the reason he wants to keep Spandam is to fill up his trash, because like I said, he should have already used Tempest Kick, guys. It is what it is. Let's see what he's going to draw this following turn, and that's what he would have drawn last turn if he had used the Tempest Kick when I was saying. And that could have changed everything. But let's see what he does. He's about to give a Rebecca here. Rebecca is not very good against Red Purple Law, in all fairness. Okay, so he returns Dawn there. Pay 1, Gordon. Interesting. So instead of swinging for 6, he just wanted to establish the, what's his name there? I can't remember his name, the Gordon. And this is actually playing very well into the Lucci's hands. Like I said, I have not watched this game, but if I'm Lucci, I'm actually kind of licking my lips right now because I'm going to swing for 6 into face here, do -1 to the Eustace Kid so he can't just get it for free, and then I'm going to reduce the cost by 2 more with the, whatchamacallit there, the stage. And then I'm going to pop the Lucci, or with Lucci, I'm going to pop both the Kid and the Gordon. Okay, let's see what happens. Sorry, guys, I will stop pausing, and I know some people get fed up with that. All right, so what he drew there was a Hell Mepo. So it wouldn't have changed too much, but that is a 1K counter. He could have gotten the trash 1 turn earlier if he had done what I was saying by playing out the Tempest Kick earlier. But right now, guys, let's see how many cards are in his trash. So we already know what's in his hand. We've been saying this whole time. He has 3, 6. He has, okay, he only has 6 cards in trash. This is disastrous because okay, he can't get the full value. I'm sorry, I have to pause one more time. He cannot get the full value of the Tempest Kick here still. Even when he trashes 2 cards, it'll go to 8. If he could have gotten to 9 cards in his trash, the 10th card could have counted as the Tempest Kick, and that does work like that, guys. Okay, where he could have got the minus and the draw card effect. Okay, so he gets out Suru and a Rebecca into trash. And looks like we're... Okay, he... Hang on 1 second. So he did he counter out with the Eustace Kid? Hang on 1 second, guys. So he swings for 6, and he does -1, or he swings 6 at the at the Shashi and Penguin. Sorry, guys. Swung 6 at Shashi and Penguin, -1 to Eustace Kid, and that was exactly what he should have done. That is the correct play. Pay 1. He's going to play out Spandam. Well, now he can turn on his Tempest Kick to get an extra card draw. Very nice, very solid. And it looks like he's going to do that. But that card... Okay, so at least... No, see, I would actually rather get rid of the Gordon, personally. I would rather get rid of the Gordon than the Reiju here. I'm just being honest with you guys. I'd rather get rid of Gordon than Reiju. That's interesting. But he got bigger threats off the board. Let's see how it pays off. Swings for 6 and 2K counters out of the attack on the Shashi and Penguin. Very nice turn for the Lucci player, but again, it seemed a little greedy to me because now Gordon is going to get to remove whatever he wants. By the way, he has another, I keep calling it Gordon. Raise Max is what I meant, of course. -3 to that one. Oh, and now he's, okay. So here's the play. Sorry, guys. I have to say this stuff because I'm playing it in 2x speed. He's going to do -3,000 to the Lucci. He's going to swing 5 into it and 5 into it, and that card is going to be gone. It'll probably be gone after the first attack. Then he's going to be able to play out a Gordon and -3 to the other one and bottom deck that one. At least that's what I would do here. Yeah, swing 5 with leader first. That is correct in this situation, unless it's going to face. If it's going to face... Okay, yeah, it looks like it went to face. Very interesting. Okay, so now I would assume he's going to swing for 3 at the... oh, no, I'm sorry. So he's not going to do what I just said. He's just going to bottom deck the one we were talking about to play out the Black Widow, get all of his Dawn back, pass the turn back to his opponent. Very interesting line of play there. So what I was saying, do you guys see what I was saying? I would have actually done... So how much Dawn did he have? That's the big question. I'm sorry, guys. Don't worry. We'll go forward a little bit. So he had 5 Dawn this turn. So he still could have played out... Well, he wouldn't have been able to play out the blocker at that point. The what's his name? The Queen. So I guess that works better for developing the board. And he has a Reiju coming up now. Very nice. That worked out just fine. Okay, back to where we were. So he bottom decks that. Now it's the Lucci's turn. And here we go. There's nothing to swing into for the Law. I wish they would separate the cards. I don't like when players do this. I understand, like, a lot of these players are probably used to playing on smaller tables, but when we're in the feature area, please spread out the cards, guys. I want to see the cards better. Okay, -3 to the Queen with another... He had another Tempest Kick, which drew into another Tempest Kick, I believe. And is that... I believe that's a Kaku in hand. He has an Alt-Art Kaku in hand. He'll be able to pop pretty much whatever he wants here, but he's out of board clear cards. He's out of cards that pop more than one card, like Lucci. Whew, and that hurts right there too. So he just lost another Jack to the trash. And Jack is a very big card in this matchup because you're popping a new card every single time. He just swings for 9 into the Queen, and the red purple law player says you can have it. It's all yours. Play out the Kaku to pop the Shashin Penguin, and now it's going to go back to the red purple law. Okay, so it looks like the Lucci player has made it out of the early game and is transitioning into the mid/late game now, where that's where it can start doing very well for itself. But this is also where red purple law just doesn't run out of gas anymore because of cards like Queen and because of cards like Reiju. So let's see what he can do. He does have a Reiju in hand. He's only at, I think, he's at 8 Dawn, so he has equal to or less than his opponent. His opponent will be on 10 Dawn next turn, and I believe they both have the same Dawn because he used Black Widow last turn. So he plays hard cast Reiju, just plays it out from hand to draw 2 cards. Okay, because he had less than 5 cards in hand and the same amount of Dawn as his opponent. Swing for 5. Okay, he has 1 card in hand. He only has 2 cards in hand. The Lucci player only has 2 cards in hand, guys. Okay, it looks like he might have got an Ice Age off the top or another Tempest Kick. Yeah, Tempest Kick pops a 3 or less. We'll take it every time, and that gets rid of the Black Maria. But it's not really too big of a deal because he's on 8 Dawn, right? He's going to return. Okay, he did that so fast. He played out the Shashin Penguin, returned 3 to bottom deck a card there, and then plays out the Sanji for free. And he has a Zoro in hand and a Gordon, the red purple law player does. So actually, we're in pretty rough shape here, to be completely honest, because the only way to win this game for the Lucci is to swing at face here, which will give the red purple law player a lot of ammunition from his life, right? Because when you take a card from life, you're drawing a card. That is a massive, massive deal. Okay, and it looks like he's got a Who's Who in hand. Yeah, they're showing that on the screen. Okay, man, he trashed, man. One thing I have to say, this poor Lucci player has trashed every good card from the top of his life. Gecko Moria right there, and an Ice Age, and Jacks, just nonstop, Rebecca's, things like that. And that's one of the consistency issues that can happen when you're playing Lucci, is you just get unlucky from the cards you're getting from the top of your deck that you're trashing. And this is what makes Sabo a little bit better, in my opinion, where you can kind of go through cards a little more consistently, you know, draw 2, trash 2, and pick what you want out of the group. I don't know how many Sabos this deck list is running, guys. I don't know off the top of my head. Okay, so right here, 2 2K counters in hand, a Innie's Lobby. You have to pop one of these cards, right? You just simply have to pop one of these cards. Yeah, it looks like he's arranging 5 Dawn here, and then he can swing with Spandam. So he's going to play out the Who's Who. Go ahead and pop the Sanji. Yep, trashing the card in hand. He has a 2K counter left in hand. Swing 5 at face. And did he counter out? I missed it. He 2K countered out of a 5K, or excuse me, it was a 6K attack. One of the Dawn was like under the character. I could barely see it. So here we go, guys. This is the turn where I feel like it's going to determine everything. If I'm red purple law, I am getting rid of this guy's entire board, unless, what did he draw? He only has a Zoro. So 6 at face, he wants him to give him his, or he might be swinging 6 at Lucci. He wants the last card in his hand. At face, that's so interesting. I would have swung 6 at the, what's his name? Oh, he's just going for game. And, oh, wow, good read there. Because remember, guys, after the use of Black Widow the turn prior, or well, 2 turns ago now, he was all the way up to 9 Dawn. He had 7 Dawn in hand. And if that attack had not gone through, he was just going to return 3 Dawn. It would have taken all 3 cards in his hand to get out of that, and he plays out the Rush Zoro. Excellent read there by the red-purple law player. I was not even paying attention if he could go for lethal or not, because the other option he had was just remove everything on his opponent's board, which he could have done very... I think, well, let me see, because he did have a Gordon, right? Yeah, he had a Gordon. So there was almost no way for this guy to lose this, right? It was like, okay, if he didn't choose to go for game, he has 1 life left, and he could clear the whole board. Swing 5 into Spandam, swing 6 into Lucci twice if needed, play out the Gordon to bottom deck one of the cards there, and I think he still would even have enough to... actually, he wouldn't have enough to play out the Queen at that point, but he'd be able to cheat out the blocker Sanji, and then he could just go for lethal next turn. So really, really good stuff there. Okay, well, that was a good game. Red Purple Law is still very, very strong, guys. Being able to cheat out a 4-cost character and bottom decking cards. Hey, who would have thought that bottom decking cards just is insane, right? It's just so strong, built into the leader. Who would have thought? You know, especially after what we just saw from Blue Black Sakazuki. It's like even a deck running like what Lucci's running with just. He got 2 Luccis that game. Remember, he had 2 Luccis that KO'd characters this game, and he had a third one in his hand after drawing from life, but that doesn't matter. And it just wasn't enough because the what's his name here, the Red Purple Law, is just cheating out the cards. He's just cheating out cards, bottom decking your cards as we go, and it's just very, very strong. Okay, well, that's it for that game. That was a good one. Y'all tell me what you think down in the comment section below. Now let's go ahead and check out 8tcg.com. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite sites. You know, let me also move my face now. I don't like where my face is up top. I just had to do that for the commentating. So we've got some spicy new lists popping up, guys. I will leave the link in the comment section below for those interested to check out the site. Look at this, guys. Okay, a few more Sakazuki lists before that's gone. Got a Kinemon list on here, guys. Purple, Yellow, Crocodile, Uda. Lots of good stuff on here. And check this out, guys. This is the list we're going to be checking out today. This list right here got first place at a 16-player tournament. We'll take it. And, guys, if you have not tried out Blue, Yellow, Ace, I will do another video on this, like a full video on it at some point in the future. Not anytime soon, but probably sometime in the near future here. Talking about how this leader is gas. It is just straight gasoline. Like it is pure fuel. You're going 100 miles an hour. You're just running over everybody in your path. It is a blitz deck, guys, and it does have other options like Sabo here to pop stuff. You got your Rush Aces, obviously. You got your Pump Luffys. It's just solid. And guys, going into OP-07, this Luffy can actually just become the Rocket Boost Luffy, right? So really good stuff there. It's got utility and pudding. This deck is running the Viola, which is really nice in case you need to gain life. Well, now, if you need to gain life with this deck, you can use Viola, or last case, you know, or you can use Hiyori if you absolutely have to gain life. Understand, when you read this effect, guys, pause this and read it if you don't know what Blue Yellow Ace does. But he does a top 5 search. And then he can only grab a 5-cost brother, or excuse me, one of the 5-cost, a 5-cost character. It doesn't necessarily have to be a brother, but that's what you're going to go for. You're going to go for the brothers to put them on top of your life and then pop them into play with their miniature versions. But at the end of your turn, you have to trash all your face-up life cards, so you don't get to keep that card up there. However, Viola says, okay, turn all your life cards face down, the secondary effect on her on play, and then she's a blocker after that. So excuse me. So basically with Viola, you can actually gain life with this leader's effect. And here's the best part about it. If they decide they don't want to attack into you that turn and they want to start cleaning up your board a little bit, well, you know what the card is because you set it there with your leader. So after that, you can actually play it out if you need to. It's like, say you put this on top, then you'll be able to play it out if you have the 2-cost guide, and you guys know what I'm saying. You know, or if it's a card you don't even have to, you know, I don't know. I guess it is only these 12 options. And I will say that is one thing about this deck is there were certain situations where it felt inconsistent, where if I didn't get the top 5 search the way I wanted and it bricked, it felt really horrible. But that's okay, it happens. And as we get more and more 5-cost cards that apply to this deck, the better it gets. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into some games on the sim. Like I said, guys, please check out 8tcg.com. I will link in the comment section below. Excuse me, just really, really awesome stuff there. Okay, so this first list here is not running the list we just saw. We're going to run that list afterwards. Okay, so let me go ahead, get the logo slideshow going. There we go. And here we go. Let me make sure we're on 2x speed. We are not. Now we are. Volume is off. Okay, here we go, guys. So, like I said, Blue Yellow Ace, while it has blue yellow for its colors, you'd think it'd be like more of a control list. It's really not, guys. It's actually like a very hyper-aggressive list a lot of the time, where you're just trying to cheat these huge bodies into play and go from there. And let me also say this. This deck wants to go second. It wants to. It needs to go second. I'm going to go as far as to say that it needs to go second. I'm not saying it's impossible to win going first, but man, going second is huge, because watch this. Attach 2 to my leader, do the effect, put Ace on top, play out the ace to cheat that ace into play. Now, this version we're looking at first here is not the one we just looked at from the Brazilian website from 8tcg.com. This is a list that I made up that's running OP-07 cards. Okay. Sorry, guys, my mustache tickling me as always. So notice I have the Rocket Luffy and this. I think, by the way, I think this deck gets even better going into OP-07 because then I think you actually take the Sabos out of the list. Like that's my personal opinion. You can build it how you want to, but I actually take the Sabos out of the list and just go pure Ace, pure Luffy. And it seems pretty good, guys. Then I just run all 8 of the searchers, and I always search for the little guys. Okay, so right there, he has to pass the turn. I'm at 2 or less life, so now I can use my Rocket Luffy's, but I'm going to use my leader effect always, and I'm going to put a Ace into life. Now watch this. I am now a 7,000 power leader. I'm going to swing for 7 with my blocker, because, guys, like I said, I'm not trying to block this game. I'm just trying to cheat bodies into play. So I'm going to swing 7, 8, 9. This one should get the blocker or a life. And now I'm a 7,000 power leader on my opponent's turn for defense. And look at my hand. I can block out of just about anything right now. Now, he does have 7 Dawn. He is a deck that's running blue. So I'm sure you can imagine if he has Gravity Blade Raging Tiger, this is the turn to use it. I guess you don't have to use it here, but I do feel like it's the right play if he has it, if he even has it. Apparently he doesn't have it. So he's going to swing 7 into face. That's just a 1K counter. I'm going to give him a 1K. He's not taking that. And then he cheats out a 4-cost Edward Weevil that draws him a card. And then he's going to play out Gecko Moria to draw a card from his trash, probably a 2K counter. Okay, but every single turn, guess what I'm going to do? Every single turn, I'm going to attach 2 to my leader. I'm going to try to cheat a card into play. And I cheat out the Ace, and then I do a top search. I don't see the card that I want. So then I go ahead. I think I do a Kaya as well, because I'm just searching for Ace right now. I'm just, like, for the 2-cost Ace, I'm just searching and searching and searching for the 2-cost Ace. Okay, swing 7 into 6. Let's just eat up the cards from his hand. And here we go. I'm like, you know what? I can play this out, and I still don't get it. It's like, you know what? Another top 5 search. I just went through like 12 cards looking for that card, guys. That was crazy. At 5-10, I think it was 12 cards, guys. Swing 7 into this guy. I should be able to get him here. If not here, then I'll get him with my leader, and all his cards are gone from his hand. I have a full board. I'm feeling pretty good about this game now. He lets it go, and now I'm just going 10 at face. And again, my leader is 7,000 base. So he has to attach 2 to his Gecko Moria to even get an attack across the finish line to make me, you know, give him a response or take a life. Okay. So he's going to attach 3, and he's going to swing for 8 into 7. Okay, I need it, you know, I probably could have taken that, but it would have been a little bit risky. I could have taken that, but he only has 6 Dawn left. Plays out the new Boa Hancock from OP-07. He's going to lock down probably one of my 7K rushers and then just bottom deck my Garp. Okay, bottom decks the Kaya. That's a little odd to me. I would have bottom decked the Garp just because he has power. So in case I need to swing all out this turn, I have that option. So we're going to go 7 into 5 here. I'm starting to tell him, like, hey, man, you're about to take 4 7s or more. He gives me 3 1Ks. So now I know that one's going through. Now my 1 Ace cannot attack this turn because of what they did. 7 Dawn left. Bottom deck your board. That Gravity Blade Raging Tiger, whew, you know, chef's kiss. That card is absolutely incredible. Swings for 5. I'm just going to give him a 1K counter. He plays out a Kaido. Okay, let's just do a little bit of math, guys. You guys know how I feel about this card. If I just swing with my 2 guys on the board, any counters out of them, the 2 aces, just the 2 aces, no Dawn investment, I get 4 cards out of hand minimum. He only has 8 cards in hand, right? So it's like, you know, I don't know. Maybe he had no other play here, but I would really like to have seen what his hand was, and I would have told you from there what I would have done with it. And who knows? Like I said, maybe this is his only play. Okay, so right here, I'm going to swing for 8, because I think I'm just going all in here. I think that's my logic. And look at that, guys. He had to give me... Now, he did mess up there, because he had a 2K in his hand. He must have skipped over. Swing for 9, and it's going to be another 9, yeah. So, good game from this guy. Oh, I paused it. Whoops. So, good game from this guy, but again, the pressure that Blue-Yellow Ace can put on is insane, and if he's not going to draw any of his removal cards like Gravity Blade Raging Tiger, like I saw this game, then it is an uphill battle. It is a rough game. Okay, one more game. This is from this is from OP-06 that we just saw, OP-06.5. So we got the volume off. Let me put the speed on 2x, and we are good to go. Okay, so this is against Red Blue Vivi, Nefeltari Vivi. And I do like that deck quite a bit. I do get to go second, so I have the advantage against them because, you know, Nefeltari Vivi wants to use their leader effect too. We both want to go second. Okay, but watch this, guys. attach 2 to my leader, get a ace into play out the ace for free, swing for 9 on turn 2 while establishing a 7k body. Now remember, ace does not have rush unless you have 2 or less life when you play it. So you can't, I couldn't swing. Okay, so right here, swing for 7. Let's get this attack out of the way. See what he does. Gives me a 1k and a 2k. Very nice. I do a top search. Attached it there. Put ace on top. I'm just going to keep cheating this card into play. I might as well swing for the final 10 there. Yep, he gives me a blocker. I've got 2 7Ks on the board. But Gravity Blade Raging Tiger would have been massive right there. Apparently he didn't have it. It happens. That is a bad feeling when you're running like 3 or 4 Gravity Blade Raging Tigers and you see this board state and you don't see your Gravity Blade Raging Tigers. Because there's no doubt in my mind he would have played it if he had it there. At least I think. You know, I don't know how good, I don't know how good these players are, obviously. So swing 8 into him. He gives me blocker. Swing 8 more. He gives me a 2k, 1k. I'm going to use my leader effect. I have to choose Luffy here. Play out the Luffy. Cheat this guy into play, and I'm swinging oodles into this 6k. I swung 11 into 6. Plays out the king. I'm going to give him a 2k. And this is a bad feeling, guys. I think the game ends very soon because you start feeling like in this specific situation, since you can't swing with your leader like ever, it's a bad feeling because he's not pressuring my life at all, so I can just protect everything on the board. And this is why if you're running Vivi, you need to run like a pretty decent amount of removal. Okay, so I got 2 cards out of hand there. Now I'm just going to take every card out of his hand. He takes it, and I win. He just leaves. He left the game. He had enough. He could have kept going, by the way. There was no reason to like literally leave there because that turn, what I was going to do was swing 7 with leader, 7 with the ace, and then I probably would have just played out. I don't think I used my leader effect yet, or did I? Yes, I did use my leader effect because my my Luffy has plus 2,000. It's hard to say, but the point is I probably would have hit him for 2 there and maybe even swung him with my Garp. He would have been down to 1 life, but then look what he got from life. It would have been a Gravity Blade Raging Tiger, and then he could have got rid of 2 of my threats, drawn a card from the turn, and tried to go from there. Either way, that was a bad situation you do not want to be in. You absolutely do not want to be in that situation. All right, good stuff there. Ace is going to really be able to stretch his legs once we get to OP-08. I'll show you that list in a minute. So this is the list from the Brazilian site 8tcg.com. Really solid list there. Let me see it one more time. Yeah, it looks like his name was Seminole Maruru. Or no, that was the event. That was the event. The author was Guilherme Yoshida. Very cool. Awesome stuff there. Great list, guys. This is it right here. You can check out that list on the site, the 8TCG site. I'll link in the comment section below. Now, for the list that I was running, scroll all the way down to the U's. I was running Ace, this one right here. So maybe the one I was running was actually for OP-08 because I had it. I did have this card in there, I believe. I think, unless I made some revisions, guys. I'm going to be honest. I revise my lists all the time. I'm always messing with them. You know, I'll play a game. Even if I win, I'm like, you know what? I didn't really like having pudding there, so I'll swap one out. Or I didn't have pudding that game. I'll swap one in. I didn't have enough removal. I'll put in removal or do this, do that, and the other. But yeah, this is just a really solid list, guys. Now, unfortunately, for this deck, you cannot search up the 10-cost Ace, but I would still run it because it's just an incredible card. But you cannot search it up with the Garp or this searcher here, because this can only look for cost 5 or less Sabo, Ace, or Luffy's. Same thing with this one. Reveal up to 1 Sabo, Ace, or Luffy card with a cost of 5 or less. So you cannot search this card up, but I still think it's worth running. I do still think it's worth running. Just because if you get it, it's just a nice way to close out games or even help battle for board while gaining life. It's just really solid. And then Gravity Blade Raging Tiger, guys, I mean, I don't have to even say anything about this card. People just know how good it is. It's just extremely good. And the main thing about Ace is establishing tempo. I've got 2 problems with Ace. Number 1 is going first sucks, man. It feels so horrible. Yes, you can at least lead with a Garp in that situation, but turn 2, when you have 3 Dawn, you can't use your leader effect, right? There's not really a point to use your leader effect. Unless you fit in like Flampe into the list. Like notice this list I'm running only has Kaya and King do. So I don't know. Maybe you can use Flampe to draw a card with that. You know, with that, because remember, this isn't like Black Yellow Luffy where whenever you go to try to pull it from top and it's face up, it goes to the bottom. With Ace, it happens at the end of the turn. So you can use Flampe to snag cards off the top and still use her effect to draw in for the turn. But yeah, that's really the main thing I want to say there. But you know, going first just feels horrible. I'm just going to be honest, guys, because here's the thing. It's like, oh, well, it's not too bad, right? Because then on turn 3, when I have 5 Dawn, I can just play one of my 5 cost guys right here, right? One of my 5 costs. No, you don't want to do that. Like, that's not how the deck functions. That's not really what you're going for. You always want to use the leader effect. You don't have to, but you're trying to use the leader effect for 2 reasons. Number 1, it gives you a massive swing for the turn, and you're cheating bodies into play for cheap. Number 2 is it's giving you 7,000 power on defense. That goes a long way. Notice we're only running 2 2K counters, well, 8 altogether, 2 different 2K counters, Kaya and King do. So I'm only running 8 2K counters in the entire list. And I like that, and I want it to be that way because they have to swing for 7 just to get into me, so I can counter out with, like, you know, puddings if I need to, Garps, Luffy's, you know, either of the Luffy's and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's the first thing, is going first feels horrible. And the second thing is every now and then you do a top 5 search and you whiff. That is the worst feeling out of the 2 for sure. Like, I would rather go first than start whiffing my ace leader, you know, searches. That just feels so horrible. But yeah, other than that, guys, the list is running like a charm. I think it's a really solid list. I think it's a lot of fun. I do want to revisit this in the future. I think there is some potential here, but man, I have so much on my plate. I need to be revisiting Red Yellow Sabo soon. I need to revisit Black Yellow Luffy soon. I'm going to be putting out a Black Yellow Luffy guide very soon because that's coming out. I think it's going to be a big, you know, a deck that's like, you know, in the top meta once OP-07 hits. So I want to have a really comprehensive guide out on that and all that good stuff. Okay, I'm done rambling, guys. Appreciate y'all listening to this old man, you know, yap for this long. Let me go ahead and put up first of all, the playmat page. Big thanks to the Vivi Pirates playmat supporters. Let me move the slideshow there. I got a few new names on there. Thank you guys so much. I'll be getting out the orders on Monday because it's about to be the weekend. I've got my kids on the weekend. I just can't do it then. But on Monday, I will be shipping out the mats for the people that ordered it just recently. So good stuff there. Big shout out to you guys. Thank y'all so much. And I started to see, you know, some people have already got their mats, guys. It was like 4 days in the mail. I shipped it out on Monday, and Wednesday was even a national like holiday or whatever. But they got their mats today. Some people did, not everybody. Some people got their mats today, and I love to see that. Love to see it. Okay, and then last but not least, of course, my patrons, you know, the Vivi Pirates patron page. Thank you guys so much for all y'all do, going above and beyond, helping me out in the ways you do. You know, not expecting anything in return. It's incredible. I just want to say thank you to everybody who watches this channel. If you're liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, just watching, just viewing, all of it helps me. Every view counts, every comment counts, every like, every share, all of it adds up, guys, and it's keeping the channel growing, and I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Right, guys, as usual, if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed. Until next time, peace.